Hey everybody, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. And coincidence or not, I was just rewatching Everybody Loves Raymond, and it's turning 30. And I believe there's some kind of exhibition going on in the Paley Museum in New York City. I think it's open until 7th of September. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it over to the U.S. for that. I wish I could, man. I love this show. Everybody loves Raymond, right? Come on, man. But although it's funny, when you get older and you rewatch it, some of the stuff is quite frustrating, man. Meddling families, narcissism, just bickering back and forth. Some of these people are the worst. Man, that family, man. Oh, but hilarious, though. All right, let's check it out, man. Oh, classic. Everybody loves
It's so nice to see the four of you together.
It's nice to be together.
I can only imagine. And what is it like?
We didn't tell Brad.
Oh,
Oh, look, man. They're like almost 70 years old, right? 67 something. Damn, they look great.
what is it like not only being here, but also surrounded in this space of so many memories?
I feel really choked up right now, actually. Yeah. Part of it is because I quit drinking. And it's so interesting.
And you're thirsty.
Can we get Patty a drink?
No.
Yes, that's
You
what
know
she
what
means by
it
choked
is?
up.
You know what
She
it
means
is?
Oh.
I'm Irish, so we don't cry. We drink, but I quit drinking, so now all I do is cry.
Oh,
I'm at that
hey.
age too. I just cry a lot.
Yeah.
We have the Kleenex, y'all?
Crying.
Yeah.
But seeing all these photos and
Yeah.
just it's sort of overwhelming. When you're in it and
Yeah.
you're doing it, you're just trying to create a good show every
Right.
week. That's what you're focusing
And you
on.
wonder if, do they like it? Are people watching? You don't know if it's good or not. And then as soon as you're done with one, you don't even have time because the next one is next week.
And you're not thinking about legacy or anything like that. So to see it all put together like this is very
Surreal.
surreal and
But,
impactful.
but emotional, yeah.
Our mini Everybody Loves Raymond
Amazing, and of course, Doris Roberts and Peter Boyle aren't here anymore. They were incredible in that show, hilarious, and one of the twins is also not with us anymore. I believe one of them took their own life, so that's sad, man. So they can never, come back, right? The only way I could see it, like that, Ray and Deborah turn into the old couple, right? And they turn exactly the same. Like, yeah. Ray turns into his dad, and Deborah turns into Marie. I see it happening.
Reunion is
History
celebrating
repeats
30
itself.
years of the iconic CBS show. The star's giving me an exclusive tour of the brand new exhibit, which features never-before-seen behind-the-scenes photos, original scripts, and costumes, like the suit Brad Garrett wore after
That
dating
was a
Sherry
hilarious
Shepherd.
episode, man.
Fans can check it all out through September 7th at the Paley Museum in New York.
Look, here's the canister.
I know the
This
canister.
simple
The canister,
household
oh,
item
no.
that became this pivotal scene for the biggest
That's a
farce we ever
hilarious
did.
episode.
My canister! Where did you get that? I was
Hey.
hiding it from you.
Hey, Frank, he took one for the team right there, man. He was cranky and stuff, but at certain moments he took it, he showed a love, took the blame on him there for that canister. The canister and the big spoon, right? Like, can't you get your own big spoon? Why do you got to go across the street and borrow a big spoon every time?
I thought it would be funny.
Who got
That
this?
it
Who
was.
took this? Did Doris take it?
It was in her yard.
No way.
Oh, that
She
one,
put it in
yeah.
her yard.
Look at that engraving.
Love the chrome.
So that's the one in the show.
Okay.
But
Right.
that whole story came from I gave toasters out as Christmas gifts to everyone in the cast.
No, you did
And
not.
when I sent one to my parents, they did exactly what Frank and Marie did.
They didn't
That's
know
where it came from.
Where's my toaster? What did you do?
We took it over to Bloomingdale's and traded it in for the coffee machine.
90% of what you saw on the show.
They didn't even open it. They didn't even know it was engraved, right? That was it. Like, oh man, they just did. What did you do, Ma? My eyes.
Happened to me or to Ray or to one
I
of the other
love it.
writers.
That's why we love it.
Yeah.
And you still have the couch,
Oh,
Ray?
come on.
Where's the
That's
couch?
awesome, man.
Oh, I'm going to sound like but it's in my theater, my home theater.
Like
Wish I had a home theater. Damn.
Took a lot of informative behind the scenes
you heard it, man. You heard it.
photographs.
Let's go.
You know, the official photographer would come down on show night and take a couple of shows on every show. That's the normal thing. So I would have, I have probably 4,000 pictures of Phil eating sandwiches, and I thought no one will ever care.
In 1 week.
Yes.
At the 9th season, I said, Patty, I've been taking pictures of you for 9.5 years, and I have to tell you. And I thought he was going to say, you've gotten more beautiful with every year.
That would be so thoughtful.
Wouldn't it have been nice?
Yes.
He said, you have the worst posture of any actor.
How dare you, Tom?
Patty is
You got
very
any
photogenic.
back issues?
We know that, right?
Very
She's
much
very attractive. We know all of the positive, but I kept having to be like, stand up, Patty, stand
Shoulders
up.
back.
That's a power
eventually she's
move,
going to look
man.
at him and go, why didn't you tell me to stand up?
That's
Right.
exactly right.
Yeah.
This
Let's
is when
see
you
what
know
you're
you have a
doing.
true friend.
But how bittersweet is this moment? You have achieved an incredible milestone, the 30th anniversary, but without
30 years.
the likes of the beloved Peter Boyle and, of course, Doris Roberts. So
She
how much
was
do you feel the
incredible.
presence, especially at times like these?
They are as big a part of the show as anybody. So just professionally, we miss them. People talk about, will there be a not a reunion, but a reboot. And the immediate answer is no way, because you can't. They're such a major part of the dynamic of everything. And they're just personally, everyone was close.
I mean, it's like these characters were seconds.
Yeah, man. It's like I just watched that video of Paul McCartney answering the same question over the years of the Beatles getting back together. He said, if John isn't here, how could it be a reunion? There's no completion without John or George. It could be something different. We could make music together, but it's not the Beatles. Same for here. Like I said before, without them, it's like King of Queens without Jerry Stiller, for example. Frank Costanza. Jerry Stiller might be one of the people who made me laugh most of all, man. I need to check out some compilation of his stuff on King of Queens and Seinfeld. Hilarious. But Doris Roberts, Peter Boyle, without them, there's no show. Like I said, it's just an idea of Ray and Deborah turning into that, these same people, because Marie, man, she could get you a little bit angry sometimes with some of that behavior, right? But the whole family was dysfunctional.
Skin to you guys.
Writer and actor.
Yeah.
Makes character. And we had the best actors in the world.
Truly.
And I have to say, in the writer's room with
Plus
me.
Ray.
Yay!
Always
Zing!
making fun of the richest.
Everybody loves Ray. I just want to play this really quickly. This is a message from Brad.
Hello, Raymond.
He did it in the voice.
Oh, it's Ray. Hi. How are you?
He doesn't really have it.
I owe him a lot, man. I owe that man a lot.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Nobody funnier than this guy.
Yes.
Do you go back
He
and
was
watch
so
old
funny.
episodes at all?
Maybe 5 years ago, I watched one and I realized it was affecting me differently.
The
I was able
hairstyles,
to step back and enjoy it and appreciate it. And I said, I'm going to watch them all. I'm going to grade them. I'm very anal also.
And there are 210 episodes.
Yes, but I graded them 1 to 100. I gave, if it was perfect, it would be 100. Nothing's perfect, so nothing got 100.
What got
That's why.
99?
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, nothing.
I don't know how I did exactly.
96.
Come on, man.
96. So which one
96
was
is one.
that?
Hey,
Which
that's
one?
great.
I can tell you a couple of them were Good Girls. Remember Good
yes,
Girls?
Yeah, great.
She likes Amy more than you.
All right. 'Cause
Well, I
she's a
want
good
to take
girl.
you back to
That's a good one. Sometimes the hypocrisy is it's so, it speaks to the human spirit, the human behavior. We all have these little things that we do and we don't want to admit to. And they just highlighted all these, little quirks we have or some of the bad behaviors we exhibit, and just, we don't want to cop to them. But they did this so well, man. They put a mirror in front of you each time. Or sometimes they remember your family members like, oh, can't believe they're doing this. And sometimes you get frustrated just watching.
1996, our
Oh, boy.
first ever set visit with you guys.
Oh my God.
Let's take a watch.
Come here. This is.
4 cameras aren't enough for you?
This is the star of our show, whose
stop
name
it.
is
You're
on the
the star.
title. Everybody loves her.
She drives the show.
We didn't even really know each other that well, and we have
Is that season
a nice...
one? That's season one, right? Yeah.
Wow,
That's so nice. Yeah.
Isn't that?
Nice to have.
We were
Thank you,
already
E.T.
connected.
Your first audition when you came in, you know, and we were told she wasn't going to read.
And I needed the job, and you know, I went in, and there were a bunch of women there, and I said, could you please let me go in, because I have a babysitting issue, and they were so nice, and they let me in. I got in there, and everyone was just chatting and chatting and chatting and chatting.
Because we couldn't ask her to read.
Yes, right.
You know, yeah.
And I didn't even know who Ray was.
Yeah.
I remember looking at you sitting in the corner and thinking, oof.
Yeah, I
not
remember
gonna
what
go.
you said in interviews. You said, and there's Boo Radley in the corner. Yeah.
And that's what won her the job. That got her the
No,
gig.
but I finally said, listen, can we read? Because I have a babysitting issue. And I remember Phil specifically going, you'll read? I said, yeah, but of course I'll read. You don't know who I am. I need to read for you.
And we had seen a lot, right? We just
200.
We couldn't find the right
200.
one.
The wife is the most important,
Right.
hardest part.
Yeah, she
Ten.
was, she was
Oh my gosh,
right
look
fit
at this
for it. Man.
place.
She's so
What?
good.
It's spotless. You cleaned up for me.
Wow, you're not the maid.
How did these roles
And every time they get their ideas from somebody else, you know, and then they present them as their own, right? A lot of the premises are based on that. That episode with the suitcase, remember that one? They just leave the suitcase on top of the stairs or halfway the stairs, and none of them wants to move them. Deborah don't want to move it. Ray don't want to move it. And it's like, I'll be damned if I'm going to be the first one to move this thing. This passive aggressiveness, you just walk by it, and we can relate to some of these things. You know, we leave something out. If she's not going to move it, I'm not going to move it.
change the trajectory of your careers, Ray and
So
Patty?
good.
Well, I mean, I was just a stand-up before doing, I say just a stand-up. I love doing stand-up. I still do. I mean, the show became what it became. I was this actor who was very green. I got fired 5 months before that from news radio. I was cast in news radio.
Oh, he was
Nobody
in
told
news
me that.
radio?
I would have thought.
You were destined for television, Ray,
Yeah.
let me tell
Hey.
you.
And
That's the
now,
great
you know,
thing.
I'm still getting out there and, you know, experimenting with acting.
Yeah,
Patty, how
man,
did-
he's done some great dramatic work as well. You know, after that, he's done some really great dramatic stuff. Working with Martin Scorsese, you know, and all of that. And yeah, I was. What was that show that got canceled? You know, was it Vinyl or something on HBO? I really hoped that was gonna turn into something big, but it didn't, unfortunately.
Did it change your trajectory?
Well, I mean, I'm getting choked up again because to be a mom and to have a steady gig for that long with the most wonderful people and the most wonderful writing that you can feel proud of, that appeals to everyone. You have so many people that come up to you of all different ages and say, this show was the only thing that made my dad laugh while he was struggling with cancer. I can't tell you how many people have come up and said, this was the highlight of our week while my dad was sick, or whatever we were going through. It's so good to see our family represented on a TV show. To be a part of that and to have such enjoyment. And, you know, Phil has this incredible career now with his food show.
Yeah.
But we got the benefit of that. We have the most marvelous food every week on the set. And actors in food, man, that's a big deal.
What show is that? I
Now, the
must look it
sitcom
up.
creator is all in on his travel documentary. Season
Oh, you
8
got
of
travel.
Somebody Feed Phil is now streaming on Netflix.
Oh, I've never seen this on Netflix, but in Belgium, we sometimes get different things on Netflix because of, you know, the regional settings and the licensing across, you know, sometimes you have to use a VPN. I've never seen this one pass by on my feed. Somebody Feed Phil. Well, it's not on my feed.
Whenever I'm in a restaurant and I see people coming over with their phone for a camera, I'm like, okay, all right, right by me.
They forgot about you, man.
One of the living
Everybody
conversations
forgot
about
about
you all
Raymond.
doing a reunion type get together.
We want to do that.
Kind of like the ones that Friends did.
Yes.
So where are
Yes.
the conversations standing right now?
We don't know, but we want to do this.
We're trying to get it done. Yeah.
Hey, that's nice. That's nice. Of course, you know, there's people that are going to be missing, you know, but I'm still going to tune into that. That's what happens with time, right? And it's been 30 years since it premiered. I think, did it run till 2005 or something? Yeah, that was one of the last surviving sitcoms from the 90s. I think King of Queens might have been the last one because it started in 99. So, you know, if you start in 99, of course, you're going to have a head start to be the last one remaining, because 90s sitcoms were something else. 80s were good too, but 90s sitcoms, you know, Seinfeld bled over from the 80s, of course, as well. But man, 90s, there's some good sitcoms there. Yeah, this was amazing to see them sitting together. It's just crazy because I'm just watching it, man. Great show. I need to find some of those compilations or bloopers from that show to check out and react to. Might be fun. Thank you everybody for being here. Hope you have a great day. Peace.